welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another vlog. I am honestly very excited for this vlog because filming these types of videos have become a new favorite thing for me to film on my channel, and I feel like I have a very exciting bookish week up ahead. Today Harry and I are actually going into the city and we're going to do a little bit of shopping but also go to an ice hockey game, which I'm very excited about. I went with one of my friends Chelsea a few weeks ago and it was just so fun, and so I really wanted to go to another game with Harry before the season ends. I also happen to be starting to write my very own first romance book and it does include ice hockey, so I feel like it's also a good chance to go for like research purposes so I know more about ice hockey myself. I also just wanted to have a week mood reading, so I'm definitely going to do a lot of reading in this video. I'm not filming any other reading vlogs at the moment, so we're going to do a little bit of that. I'm also getting 2 bookish tattoos later this week, which I'm also very excited about because it's for 2 books that have automatically become 6-star reads for me this year, and I will talk about them later on in the week when I'm actually going to get them. And so yeah, I feel like I just have a very jam-packed week, and so I wanted to take you guys along with me. But I just wanted to quickly intro this video before we go off today and do a little bit of shopping. I'm really hoping it's a good week, to be honest, because last week I had an absolutely terrible week. I literally had no internet or phone service at my house for like 3 days because we don't get reception and our internet was just down, and yeah, it wasn't fixed for like 3 days. And then later on in the week I literally stubbed my toe that hard that I think I may have a broken pinky toe, so that has been painful to walk every single day. I don't know how I'm going to put my shoes on. And then whoever is keeping up with my like endometriosis and like waiting for surgery and everything like that, I found out that instead of having just keyhole surgery, I have to get like a more open surgery, like a bigger cut, because my cyst is so big and they've left it this long. So yeah, it's been a week, but hopefully we can spend this week together and hopefully it is a lot better than last week for me. I got one of the Sunny Angel sleeping hippers, which you can literally never get anywhere, and I do have one of these. I think I've got the rabbit, but these ones are all cute, so I'm honestly happy with any. They're all very cute, but I feel like the giraffe's my favorite, so hopefully I get that one. I just love getting little unboxing things, honestly. It's just like serotonin in a box.
I'm hoping for a Tachi.
You gotta show it to the camera. Okay, it's definitely not the rabbit, which is good. So cute! It's a little panda!
Just good one.
I reckon he's gonna get this one. Is there there's a secret one as well.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with it?
That's the worst one. That's the worst one.
Do you want to keep the box or no? At least I was successful today. It is now the next day. I honestly completely forgot to update you guys yesterday after the hockey, but it was so fun and Harry really loved it as well, like I thought he would. The team that I've decided to go for, Melbourne Ice, did win, so that was also a bonus, of course, and it was the last game of the season, I believe. It wasn't like as big of a game as I thought it would be, but it was also cool to be there at the end of the season, obviously before they go to like finals and stuff. I can definitely see myself getting very much into ice hockey and wanting to go like every single week. But I wanted to show you guys, I literally did not like buy anything yesterday, to be honest. The only thing that I bought obviously was the Sunny Angel, and then I did buy this little keychain jelly cat. I did go expecting to buy like a bigger jelly cat, but I've always wanted one of the keychains, so I did get this little lavender purple one that's got like little patterned ears, and I think it's so cute on my bag. I did also get a package yesterday. I got Gallant by Schwab. I did buy this online just because I could not find it in a store anywhere, and I'm only mentioning this because I do want to start this book later today because I'm not currently reading anything else. I also just got like a PR package from Penguin, and I've got no idea what is in this, so I thought that we could unbox it together. So it says it's bond or bleed, jewel or die, failure is ruin, and on the side it does say die abound, which I think I did request, so this does make sense. Oh, there's like a lot of things in here actually, more than I thought. Okay, we have a little note first from Tanya. It says, "We are calling it now, dire wolves are the new dragons. Prepare to be obsessed with this action-packed and captivating new romantasy. I had so much fun whilst reading this and I hope you do too." I'm actually so excited about this. I've been seeing so many people read it and love it, so I get the feeling that I will as well. We have, what is this? Oh, we have a little tote bag with what I believe is a dire wolf on the front of it. You can literally never have too many tote bags, so love this. Then we have some artwork in here. So we have a character with a gigantic wolf. We have this one, which is more characters, and then we also have a little map. Oh my god, I love this. I love that the map is like colored as well. Like this is the kind of thing that I would put up on my wall if I enjoy the book, obviously. We have the book itself, which I did not realize how gigantic this book is. Like that is like a full-on brick of a book. It's like 600 pages. I had no idea about that, so that's kind of like a little bit intimidating, but I'm very excited to read this. So thank you so much, Penguin. I know they're not watching this, but I just wanted to put it out there. Yeah, I am going to go off and film another YouTube video that I'm filming today, and then I will be back later when I am starting Gallant, so we can have a little bit of a reading session in this and also talk about this, because I have been loving V. Schwab's writing recently. As I mentioned, I am getting tattoos later in the week, and one of them is for V. Schwab, so I'll talk about that on the day. It is quite a lot later in the day. I have finished my YouTube video that I needed to film, and I've edited the whole thing. It took me so much longer to edit than I thought it would, because it is a ranking video and you have to like time up the screen recording with the clips, and it's just really hard to edit, but I'm finally finished, and that means I'm going to start reading Gallant by V. Schwab. I am literally so incredibly excited to start this, and it is literally only 300 pages, so I genuinely think I'm going to fly through this book. I think this kind of gives like haunted vibes. I'm not entirely sure, but I will read a bit of the back of the book so we can get like a rough idea. It says, 14-year-old Olivia Pryor is missing 3 things: a mother, a father, and a voice. Her only companions are the ghouls she sees and her mother's journal, which captured a mind in turmoil. Okay, I'm really hoping this book doesn't like terrify me, because I am going to be home alone tonight. And reading a book like this may scare me, but at the same time, I really am like itching to pick this up, so I'm going to read it anyway. It says, she receives a letter from an uncle she's never met summoning her to his estate, Gallant. But when she arrives, she discovers her uncle is dead and the estate is empty, safe for her cousin Matthew and the servants. Gallant is a house of secrets, a house sitting in a lonely vigil. As Olivia searches for answers about her family, she discovers a dark reflection of everything she knew, an ancient realm where ghosts take form and the Dark Master sits waiting for her. I'll keep you guys updated on my thoughts on this, because I honestly haven't felt this excited to pick up a book in a long time. Started off with Olivia living in like an orphanage or something, and it seems like they're not treated very well. So I'm excited for her to get out of here, even though she's probably going to end up in a place that's a lot worse. I'm like already intrigued by what's going to happen. I feel like V. Schwab really just pulls you in with her writing straight away, and I already know I'm going to love this. Like I can just tell based on her writing already, and it's just such an interesting concept as well that she can't talk. There's also artwork scattered through this book, which I feel like I always love. Like I'm excited to see what all the different artworks mean, because I feel like usually there is a meaning to them. As I was flicking through as well, I also did see that it looks like journal pages or something in here, which I'm excited about. I'm like intrigued to see what they mean and what they're for, but I am just going to keep reading for now. Ignore the absolutely shocking lighting right now. It is a very gloomy day today. I'm sure you'll hear the rain going heavy on and off in the background of this clip, but it has been a couple of days and I wanted to give you guys an update on Gallant and all of my thoughts on it so far, because I am about 90 pages in so far. I'm up to chapter 10, and as I said, this is a really short book, so I'm already like 1/3 of the way through this. I'm hooked. immediately. I knew V. Schwab would do it. Every single book I've read from her so far, I have loved straight away because her writing just pulls you in straight away. I've said it so many times. I did kind of mention what this is about. It is about Olivia. She cannot talk. We don't really know why she can't talk, but the only thing she can kind of like communicate with is ghouls. She sees ghouls. She isn't scared of them. They're just like in her day-to-day life. As I last mentioned at the start of the book, she's in this sort of like orphanage or school that she lives at. I don't know exactly what it is, but she does live there. And then one day she gets a letter from her uncle who owns this house called Gallant, and the uncle is like inviting her to come and stay at his house. But when she gets there, she finds out that her uncle actually passed away like months ago, and whoever sent the letter may have not been her uncle, if that makes sense. I feel like that was a very roundabout way to explain that. But the part I'm up to in the book is where she's pretty much just gotten there. She's only had a night in Gallant so far. She's also got this cousin there that doesn't really want her there. He seems to hate her. He seems to be really suspicious of her, and he's also telling her to like get out while she can. So I'm definitely very intrigued to see where this is going to go. It is literally the perfect reading weather, so that is exactly what I'm going to do the rest of the day. I am going to try to binge this book and finish it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been seeing everyone talk about this app. It is called Focus Friend, and I've been doing reading sprints with this app. This is not sponsored at all, but the amount of time that you do like reading sprints for, or whatever you want a timer for, you end up getting like points because he's like knitting socks or something, and then with the socks you can buy like little items for his house. I haven't really got many items yet, but that's why it's giving me motivation to read and do these like 1 hour reading sprints and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I might set like an hour timer on that, but I'll keep you all updated on this as I get more into it. Also, tomorrow is Thursday, which means it's also the day that I will be getting my 2 new tattoos. I thought I'd talk now quickly about what I'm actually getting because I don't know if I'll remember or have time to tomorrow before I actually go, but I do want to do a little tattoo tour tomorrow when I get back home, so I'll definitely talk to you guys once I've got them done. But literally one person asked me on my TikTok for a tattoo tour, and I was like, okay, like I'll include it in a vlog over on my YouTube channel, so I do have to include that. But the 2 books that I'm getting a tattoo for is, first of all, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Pretty much this one I'm getting like a little rectangle, sort of like a post stamp sort of vibe, but it's gonna have like planets and then like a little telescope. I haven't actually seen the design, but I just sent my tattoo artist like ideas. And then I'm also getting a quote from Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab. As I said, I needed to get a tattoo for V. Schwab, and that book was automatically a 6-star read. Both of these books were 6-star reads, hence why I'm getting tattoos for them. The quote that I'm getting is, "Because you are the kind of bloom that thrives in any soil." I read that quote in the book and I was like, that is such a beautiful quote with such a beautiful meaning, and I just wanted to get it tattooed literally immediately. So that's what I'm getting as well. And then I also have this tattoo on my arm that I got at a book event. It is literally like an open book, and I got it from obviously like a flash event, so it wasn't my usual tattoo artist. And I'm not gonna lie, the line work is not great at all. It's quite bad, and I think it just needs a lot added to it and it needs to be fixed. So I am also getting my tattoo artist to fix that one. So I'm kind of getting like 3 tattoos all up, but it's really 2 and then fixing one of them. I'll be back later anyway with updates of Gallant. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the tattoos now, but I'm literally so excited to go and get them tomorrow. I literally only booked it last week, so it hasn't been like a long wait or anything, but there is nothing I love more than getting new tattoos, so I'm very excited. Okay guys, I'm literally sitting in the exact same position, but I've just finished my little 1 hour reading sprint. I ended up on page 192, so I think I read about 104 pages, which sounds like a lot, but that being said, there was like a whole segment of maybe like 20 to 30 pages of just continuous little journal entries with pictures and stuff like that. So it definitely made me read a lot more because of that. But can I just say I'm obsessed with the journal entries in this book. The journal entries are actually from Olivia's mum, who is the one that like kind of like warned her in the journal entries about going to Gallant. She kind of said like, you're safe as long as you never go there, and now she is there. Also, the point where I just stopped, something crazy just happened. Like we just found out something, and I'm so excited to see where the last 100 or so pages go, because I've got no idea and I feel like I've got so many questions that are unanswered right now. This is probably honestly one of my favorite settings that I've ever read in a book. As I said, it's kind of got that like haunted house aspect, but I'll say at the same time, it's not like scary and haunting. It's more just like eerie sort of vibes. Like I'm definitely not scared while I'm reading this, but I'm more on edge about what is going to happen to this girl rather than being scared of what's actually there, if that makes sense. Like it's not like watching a horror movie. It's more thriller sort of vibes, I guess you can say. But yeah, I only have just over 100 pages left, so I definitely want to finish this and binge the rest of it today, just so I can tell you guys my final rating, because of course I want to finish a whole book in this video. That's kind of like the point of spending like a bookish week together. Also, I just remembered I do want to do like a little reading journal update, so I am going to take you guys upstairs now and show you guys a few of the new reading journal pages I've done, because I did catch up on it the other day finally, and I want to show you guys what I did. Okay, I'm back upstairs now in the little gloomy corner, but it is a little bit sunnier now, so I feel like it could be a little bit lighter than before. So I will show you guys all of my little reading journal updates, but I also wanted to show you guys the Jellycat I got today. I got this little Jellycat hockey puck, which I've been really wanting, and I found it off this random website, and I took the risk of it being a scam and paid $70 for it, which is like a usual Jellycat price, but it is in fact fake. I'll give it the fact that it is a really good fake. The only way I can tell is based on the tags. The tags are definitely very fake and just suspicious looking, and then this little plastic thing at the back. I don't think any Jellycat has one of these. They're expensive for a reason. They're not going to chuck one of these plastic things on it. But other than that, I feel like it's still really cute. Like, as I said, it is a really good fake, and I'm excited to sit it on this new little shelf I got for my Jellycats the other week. Anyway, now that I've shown you guys that, I do want to show you guys my journal entries. So I have been kind of behind on it like the whole year. I'm not going to lie. This is like my first year actually doing book journaling. So I haven't stayed on top of it as much as I've wanted to, but I am more up to date now, so I'm very happy about it. First of all, I did this page. It's like my 2025 reading shelf, like every single book that I've read, and I have written the book titles on every single one of these. I have actually already hit my reading goal of 100 books for the year, so I'm definitely going to need to add more on this side, but honestly I don't know if I will. I feel like once I fill up the shelf, I don't really want to make it on another page, because then it's just going to be like not that many, like one shelf or something, so I might just leave it at that because I've hit the goal anyway. Then we have my book club pages. So obviously I've done every single month so far this year from my Fable book club, which is free to join. It's always linked in my description if you want to read with me and a bunch of other people. But I did have to do my rating for June, which was Atmosphere. I gave that one 6 stars. I did mention that before. Then we have Vicious by V.E. Schwab and Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, also by V.E. Schwab. So I have done that, and then I haven't really done like a crazy amount of anything else. The only other thing I really did was my June and July reading wrap up. I don't really like how these pages turned out. I feel like they look really plain and boring, especially because I did put this like colored tape at the bottom, but it's like so faint that you can barely see it. I wish it was brighter, but I think that's kind of the last thing I've done since I've last given you guys like an update on this. I do need to do a page for my September TBR, which I did film this morning, and then obviously we are getting to the end of August as I'm filming this, so I'll need to do an August wrap up, but I'm up to date right now, so I'm very happy. Also, I should probably show you guys as well. I've been like adding to this like collage wall in my book room for probably almost the whole year at this point, because the first thing I put up was like my 2025 vision board, and I feel like it's finally at a point where I'm really happy with it, and it's kind of like almost full. Like there's definitely a few more spots I want to add pictures, but I'm really happy with how it is now. I'm going to show you guys. So this is how it looks. This is like an overview of it. We have my 2025 vision board here. We have this little Magnolia Parks print. How many loves do you get in a lifetime? This is my Disney ears that I got when I went to America at the start of the year. I literally love having those there. I think they look so cute. Then I have this little puzzle here, which is a little guitar, very like Taylor Swift sort of vibes. I have a bunch of Sunny Angels sitting up here because the frame is quite like deep, so I can definitely sit them there perfectly. Then we have another little Magnolia Parks picture. We have this one, which which has two little puzzles in it as well that I've just stuck in there. Then this little one here is from Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet vinyl. I don't know, I just found it in there, so I did stick that on the wall because I like how it looks. Definitely want to get a frame for that one though. Then we have this little Boys of Tarman themed one, specifically like Binding and Keeping 13. This one down here is a little map that I was sent in a book recently. I haven't actually read the book yet, but I feel like it just looks cute anyway. I love that it's coloured and it did fit the frame perfectly that I already had. Then this little print, it's like a little bookstore. I feel like this like matches my vibe perfectly with a few more Sunny Angels on top. Then we have this little one down here. This one was actually wrapping paper from Apprentice to the Villain when I got it sent to me, and I really liked the wrapping paper, so I put that one in there. And then up here we have Love Actually Is All Around, and that is the wall altogether. I'm literally obsessed with it. Definitely want to add another little small one up there and a couple more over here, like just behind the door, but obviously I don't need to do behind the door because it's always open, so only a couple more to go really. Okay guys, it is now Thursday. I am going to leave in the next like 40 minutes or so to go and get my tattoos, and I am so excited. I do want to say I'm not going to film any clips on this vlog because I am filming a TikTok, and like I don't really want to do both and like be in her face the whole time, so I'm just going to include the TikTok that I film on the screen after this clip so you can see a little behind the scenes of me going to get them. But I'll show you guys where I'm actually getting them. So my arms are pretty full already, so I am going to get the quote along here somewhere because I don't actually have like any writing on this arm, so I feel like it just makes more sense. And then I'm going to get the like rectangle with a picture inside it. That sounds really stupid, but it'll make sense when you see it on this arm, sort of like behind here, because obviously like the front is pretty full. And then the tattoo I was talking about that needs to be fixed is this one here, the open book. I'm not going to show you guys too up close because it's just a little embarrassing honestly, but I will come home and do a tattoo tour for you guys when I actually get here. Hopefully I can film it today, depends if it's still light outside, otherwise I'll probably just film it tomorrow and then finish off this video. But I do want to talk about Gallant because I did end up finishing this last night, and I feel like some of my thoughts did change towards the second half. I ended up settling on 3.5 stars. Like again, I've said it so many times in this video, but her writing is just so unique and phenomenal. Like she literally cannot do no wrong. Honestly, I think I'm gonna love every book that I read from her. However, in the last like 150 pages, I feel like it did take a weird turn that I wasn't expecting. Like I could not have predicted anything that happened in this, but it was more in like a weird way. Like I don't really think I loved the ending. I wasn't like as satisfied with it as I thought I would be, but again, like she still can't do no wrong because her writing is just that beautiful that I still loved the book regardless. I think this would be the perfect book to read around spooky season because obviously it does have that spooky sort of vibe. In the last update I did say that it's more like eerie than scary, but I would say in the second half it was a bit spookier and scarier. So if you're looking for a book to read for Halloween, definitely read this one. It's nice and short as well. But yeah, that is my final thoughts on this. I'm honestly not even reading anything else at the moment. I might start a reading vlog later tonight, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to read yet. That's the update on this one. I am going to go and get my tattoos now. I am so excited, and I'll be back later to show you all. Okay guys, it is much later in the day and it is dark outside now, so I am using a ring light to film this portion of the video, but I thought that I would do my little tattoo tour now and then just put photos on the screens of specific tattoos I'm talking about if necessary. Obviously some of them you're not going to be able to see properly, some of them are on my legs and stuff that I won't be able to show in the video, so I'll just include photos instead. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my hands. I feel like I don't really have anything on my hands that are that meaningful. I more just have little finger tattoos and stuff like that I more got for decoration, to be honest. I've always just loved hand and finger tattoos. The only ones that obviously have somewhat of a meaning, I have a 444 over here, which is one of my like favorite angel numbers. I've got another angel number which I'll talk about later, but it is the angel number for protection, so I've always really loved that one. Then I have a little dandelion here which I actually got for Archer's Voice. That was like the first ever book tattoo that I got, and no one would really know that just looking at it, and I feel like that's why I love it so so much because dandelions have a meaning on their own, but I also did get it for Archer's Voice because I loved that book so much. So yeah, nothing like crazy on my hands or anything. Now going on to my arms. So my arms are definitely the most full. I'm going to talk about the ones on my left arm first. So some of them are going to look warped depending on how I turn my arm, but when my arms are like hanging naturally, they do all look normal, I promise. So the first one I have here is little flowers that my family drew. So I got them to literally just draw a flower, and then I literally got exactly what they drew tattooed. So I have my dad, mum, and then my two sisters as well. It's like in order. Then obviously we have the quote that I just got today. It is, "Because you are the kind of bloom that thrives in any soil." Obviously I did kind of speak about that the other day and how much I just adore that quote so much. I think it is such a beautiful quote. It has such a beautiful underlying meaning, and obviously I loved the book as well, so I was like, why not get this beautiful quote from a book that I loved so much. I also did decide pretty last minute to get it in red. I was kind of like umming and ahhing whether I wanted it in red or not because some of my red tattoos have faded very quickly. I don't have any like crazy red tattoos, but I do have like bits of tattoos that are red, if that makes sense, but they do fade quite badly on my skin. So I'm really hoping that this doesn't fade too badly, but if it does, you can always go over red with black. So that was kind of like my thought process, but I do really love the red. Like I love how it pops on my arm so much. I think it looks so good. Then I have this big butterfly here. This was my first ever tattoo, and it was before I knew what fine line tattoos actually were. So this was from like just a general tattoo artist, so the lines are a bit thicker than what the rest of my tattoos are for that reason. I've always just loved butterflies. I loved the symbolism behind butterflies, but honestly it was more just because I think butterflies are pretty. That's why I got that one. And then underneath it, which you probably can't see, I have a little 222 in red ink, which is one of the ones that has faded quite badly. So I'm really hoping for the best with this new one that I just got. Then up here I have this little crystal with a moon. This was actually my Crystal Business's logo. I know a lot of you guys probably don't know that, but I did have a crystal business a couple of years ago. I had it for about a year and a half, and it was really successful, honestly, to me at least, and I kind of got this to like commemorate that, and I think that it is such a beautiful little picture as well that I had for the logo, so I feel like it works for a tattoo. Then I just have a little fairy here. There is no meaning towards that. I just thought it was cute. And then behind here at the back of my arm, this is kind of like a goddess sort of vibe. So my tattoo artist put out a couple of designs for zodiac goddesses and kind of like asked if anyone would want any, and I was like, heck yeah, like I think that is so pretty, I'll get it. So yes, it is like a Pisces sort of themed goddess, but again, more just got it because it's really pretty. So that's everything on this arm. Now onto my right arm. First of all, I have a snake here. Again, literally no meaning behind it, but I've always just loved snake tattoos. I think they look so cool and just stand out so much, and I don't know if it'll like show on a weird angle if I face my hand this way, but I really love the way that it's sat as well because it's kind of like on an angle, so it kind of looks like it's like crawling up my arm, if that makes sense. Honestly, probably one of my favorite tattoos. Then I have this little symbol that's going to look really warped when I turn my wrist, but Harry and I got this symbol together. It just symbolizes love and strength. I saw it online and we'd both been wanting like a little matching tattoo, so we did get that one. I do wish that I knew what fine line was before getting this one because I definitely would have gotten it in fine line if I had have known, but at least it's on my wrist, so it's more just for me and him to see. His is like in his inner bicep, so it's like nothing crazy and on show or anything. Then I just have this little divine timing quote here. This is in like cursive. This one has faded quite a lot. I did get this from a different tattoo artist than the one that I go to now because I literally go to mine for everything now and hadn't found her before obviously, but I think that it looks pretty faint anyway, and it's like on the inside of my arm, so again you don't see it very often. Then this little bouquet of flowers I honestly love so much. This is Harry and I's birth flowers together. So I am February and he is July, and again I just got my tattoo artist to kind of like make a little bouquet with both of our birth month flowers, so that's what we've done there. That's nothing crazy. I feel like a lot of people do that. Then this one was just a little flash that again my tattoo artist did. It's just a little kind of like love heart lolly sort of vibe with Pisces in the middle of it. Then we obviously have the tattoo that I just got earlier today. It's kind of hard to show, but it is it's just like little planets and stars and a little telescope and everything for Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Loved that book so much. I feel like that book really changed my brain chemistry and I really wanted a tattoo for it, but I wanted something more subtle. Like people are not going to look at that and be like, oh my god, like that's for Atmosphere. So I really like it for that reason. Then behind this elbow here, I do have a little bee as well. I originally got that just because I thought it was cute, and then I read Magnolia Parks afterwards and I was like, wait, this works for Magnolia Parks as well, which has become a series that I love. So now I kind of just say that it's a Magnolia Parks tattoo, even though that is not what I got it for originally. I don't know why, but this little combination up here I feel like is like one of my favorite spots on my arm. I just feel like they go really well together. So we just have some Pisces fish here, obviously again for my star sign. This one is a little bow and arrow with flowers, and there's a few little red accents in here as well, which have been touched up, so they're a lot brighter than the 222 that's on my arm. But I got this one for The Archer by Taylor Swift because it's one of my favorite songs from her, and I just love the meaning behind the song as well. We have this little quote, protect your energy. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then the little book that she fixed up today, it looks so much better than what it did before. She added like a bunch more lines to make it look like there's more pages, and also like words on the pages as well, like a few lines and shading, and she added like these little magical sparkles coming out of it. Like it just looks so much better than it did before, so very happy with that. Now onto the tattoos that I'll have to insert all the photos for because you can't see them just looking at me. First of all, I have one on my shoulder. It is a Taylor Swift lyric. It is everything you lose is a step you take from You're on Your Own Kid. I just again love that quote so much. It's kind of in like the iconic folklore Taylor Swift kind of font as well, so I feel like if someone was to read that they would correlate it with her straight away. Then down my spine, probably my favorite tattoo, I have the moon phases. I have always felt very, very connected to the moon, as cringy as that sounds. Since having my crystal business, I've always loved new moons and full moons and kind of like manifesting an energy that surrounds different phases of the moon. So when I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted on my spine, that is what I decided. I think that that is one of my favorite tattoos on my whole entire body. Then on here, like on the side of my ribs, which was extremely painful, I have a little locket with my sister's birth flowers in it, so we are all gonna get them matching. I got it with my sister a few months ago who turned 18 last year, and then our other younger sister will also get it when she turns 18. So I have their two flowers and then they have like mine and each other's, if that makes sense. Like I don't have my own with theirs. It is just their two flowers in the little locket for me. Then I also do have my sternum as well, which surprisingly is probably my least painful tattoo. I know a lot of people say that it's very painful, but for me it was more like a tickling vibration kind of sensation. Like I really did not feel it that much. I feel like because it's like directly on a bone, that can either be like hit or miss, and luckily for me it wasn't too bad. This was another one where I kind of just saw the design on Pinterest. I'd always loved sternum tattoos and I was like, okay, I really want to get that one. Then on my hip on this side, I do have a massive like flower design, which is all of my birth flowers. I just really wanted something on my hip. I feel like getting flowers on your hip is also very basic. A lot of my tattoos are very basic, but they're pretty, and that's why I've gotten them. Hopefully I never regret them one day, but I will try to find a photo of that isn't too provocative because I don't want this video to be like taken down or something. Then on the front of my thigh, I have a Hamza. I have always loved the meaning and symbolism behind a Hamza as well. I am very, very big on protecting yourself and protecting your energy. That's why I literally have a quote saying protect your energy, and I feel like that is the perfect symbolism for that, so I do have that one. And then the only other tattoo I have is a little cursive love always on my ankle, which I'm not going to show because I'm not going to show my feet on the internet, but I do have that one with my mum. Obviously you can imagine what that would look like. It's kind of like going up the side of my ankle. So yeah, that is the last tattoo. I think I've been through every single one of them. I think I have close to like 30 tattoos at this point, considering I'm only 21 and was only able to get my first tattoo 3 years ago. It's kind of crazy that I've ended up with so many so quickly, but I also look at empty spaces on my arms and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely gonna get one there and I need to fill up this space. So there is a lot more to come, and I definitely want to get a lot more bookish tattoos as well. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the little tattoo tour. I've only literally had like 1 or 2 people ask me over on TikTok for it, so hopefully you all enjoy it instead, because I feel like I love watching tattoo tours because I'm very nosy and I love seeing other people's ideas and what they have and just like their thought processes behind tattoos. So hopefully you guys do too. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, you already know the drill. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. But again, with all that being said, thank you, and I hope to see you all in my next one.